I can do.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it, yeah. The artwork, there was one cool.
Okay.
It's a great review.
Let's hear it for Ace Frehley. Good afternoon, Atlanta. I expected to come down here from New York and it'd be warm, but it's kind of chilly out.
We wished it was warm.
Should I do 10 minutes of stand-up comedy? Or Why did the Siamese twins move to London? Because the other one wanted to drive.
I remember that one.
Think about it. You'll get it tomorrow. The guys hit a stone. You'll get it tomorrow. So this is the convention here. The last one I did was in Chicago back in, when was that, George?
November 13th.
Where is George Stewart?
Don't know.
Hey, George! Roll, George.
I think it was in July?
It was November 13th.
It was in November?
November.
Oh, you were there. Hi, how are you? You had a lunchbox, right? You can always tell the ones with the lunchboxes.
Hey, what are you drinking?
Believe it or not, Diet Coke. Come again?
When are you gonna play Atlanta again?
When am I gonna perform here? I don't know. We were supposed to perform here a while ago. I think the last time we played here, I think the guys from Pantera jumped up and jammed, right? Actually, they're performing in New York Monday. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it up there in time to jam with them, but next time.
You gonna play tonight?
No, I'm not going to play tonight. I have an obligation in South Carolina. I have to go. A city. A city in South Carolina.
Hey, have you jammed with Morton Downey lately?
Actually, I was in Tampa, Florida last week. I did a celebrity jam for Thoroughbred Music. They gave me a Lifetime Achievement Award for the advancement of guitar for the past 25 years. And I jammed with the bass player and the drummer from, what's his name's band? So here I go with the names. I can't remember everybody's name. Steve Morse. The drummer and the bass player from Steve Morse's band, the Dixie Dregs, the guitar player from Danger Danger, and Andy Timmons, and Dave LaRue on bass, and who was the other guy? I don't know. We did Cold Gin, we did Foxy Lady, we did Wild Thing, and we did Crossroads. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Peter, I haven't seen Peter since January. I was at the NAMM show in California, and Peter stopped by the Gibson booth. I was signing autographs for Gibson for 3 days at the NAMM show in mid-January.
What are you doing in your record?
Hey, hold off on some of the questions. That's what we got all these cards for. Then we can maybe ask a few from the audience. You all ready?
I tell you, man, the next album is going to be great. It's probably not going to be out till the summer. But believe me, it's going to be well worth the wait.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of music do you like?
It's going to be heavy, a lot heavier than the last one.
All right.
It's probably going to be the heaviest album as far as production-wise. You know, it's not going to be a slick produced album. It's going to be more of a raw produced album, you know, with not a lot of overdubs, you know, more of a live kind of sound album, you know, which I think the kids want to hear today, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you guys want to hear, you know, tripled and quadrupled vocals and everything layered on top of everything else. You know, I don't think that's the direction that production is going these days in rock and roll. So, and I don't particularly like to do that kind of stuff anyway.
There you go.
Who's working with you on the upcoming release?
OJ, God. You know, he's probably gonna get off, I swear. Only in America, right?
Only in love.
What do you get when you cross a Jew and a black guy? A Hebrew. You want to ask me some questions?
Well, I just got some of these questions from the audience here.
I don't recall getting one.
Relax there.
Okay.
Well, this question is from a guy named John Johnson in Memphis. Of course, you just may have answered this, but he wanted to know when your next album, in and around when you were expecting to put something out.
I said probably this summer.
That's why I said you may have answered that question already.
So you should have deleted that question.
This here is from a guy named Robert from Robbins Air Force Base. Wanted to ask about defining your sound and what equipment you're currently using.
I've been using Laney amplifiers and Marshall amps on and off for years. And right now I'm in the process of trying to sew up a new endorsement with Laney because the new Laneys are real hot. They just came out with a new model that I tried. Actually, I played it in Tampa last weekend, and I called the head of the company and I said I want to, you know, do a re-endorsement with Laney because I've been using Laney amps for years, and hopefully it's going to work out.
This one here is from Sean Smith in Eastman, Georgia. Do you think that you and the other members of the original group will ever be as close as you once were, and maybe you could go into what your situation is?
No, it would never be as close. Too much bullshit has gone down. But, you know, I think we can, you know, we're still friends. You know, we can still sit down and talk to each other, you know, like human beings, and you know.
'Cause I know there's always
I mean,
those-
there's a respect there. You know, we've been through a lot together, but I don't think we can ever be as close as we were when we were young and immature and really didn't know about all the bullshit that's involved in this business. You know.
There was probably about, I don't know, 15 or 20 cards here wanting to know about a KISS reunion. And, I mean, everything's always been written in the magazines. I think, you know, a lot of that may just be written by the music writers who maybe would like to see it happen.
It's all fabrication because you know, we haven't confirmed anything about a KISS reunion.
Is that something that, I mean, how would you feel about maybe doing something like that somewhere down the line?
Well,
Is
you
it
know, if the
anything-
price was right, I'd consider it.
Only in America.
When is the last time you saw Paul and Jim?
The last time I saw Paul and Gene was probably about 6 months ago. We went out for dinner together.
What'd you have?
Sushi.
Was it good?
Look it up.
Get real.
This one here is from
Where'd they
John
find
Hedges.
this guy?
John Hedges in Huntsville. Have you and Peter ever considered putting a band together since you have occasionally worked together?
I don't see it happening. I think, you know, Peter has his style and I have mine. If you listen to Peter's records and you listen to my records, you know, the styles are different. They're similar in ways, but, you know, I still have my own style and I want to continue working with the group that I'm working with.
By the way, who are you? Who is your current group that you
My drummer is Steve Werner. On bass guitar, my new bass guitarist is Carl Cochran. Carl the Cock Cochran, which is his nickname. And obviously Richie Scarlett's still working with me.
This question here is from Lauren McNulty from Jacksonville.
That's me.
Oh, that's her. You want to ask it?
Sure. On your song Doll on Frehley's Comet, is that
Yeah.
your daughter in the track?
Yes.
How old was she when she did that?
How old is she? Well, she's 14 now, so you're probably better at math than I am. Figure it out.
This one here is from Jack Townsend here in Atlanta. How did you feel about the stage sets and the costumes as they got bigger and more flashy during the KISS years? Did you feel that some fans were just going for the show and maybe less for the music?
I felt that, you know, at times I think people are more overwhelmed by the actual spectacle than the music at times. And a lot of times, you know, I felt, you know, because I used to get drunk a lot. You know, I don't drink anymore. But I used to get drunk a lot, and I found that, you know, when I would really get loaded and run around the stage a lot, but I'd play sloppy, you know, the people would come up to me after the show and say, wow, you were fantastic. You know, because, you know, we're playing so loud, I guess people can't hear the mistakes, you know, but the other nights when I would, you know, I wouldn't have a drink, but I wouldn't be as animated, but I'd, you know, hit every note perfectly. And people would say, what happened? You had an off night? So, I mean, you know, it kind of got, you know, in one way I got frustrated as a musician because I realized that, you know, people were coming, you know, they were more into the show than the actual music, I think, at one point, you know?
Did you feel the same way about the merchandising side of it too, that it got a little bit out of hand?
The merchandising got way out of control. I mean, you know...
What kind of control did you have in the decisions as to what was put out?
We were supposed to be kept abreast of everything, and, you know, nothing was supposed to go out without our okay, but you know, tons of things went out without us ever seeing it.
This question is from Robert Kramer from Jonesboro. What inspired you to write Parasite?
Some crazy chick.
You don't want to go into any further, right?
I don't think I have to elaborate on it. I've done it in concert.
This is from Teresa Whidden from Gaston, South Carolina. Why is Ace known as the space guy?
See, that's a real hard question to answer. Because I dress like a spaceman on
I guess maybe she's asking, like, when you guys first decided about what the costumes are going to be, what came into your head that said, I'm going to go this direction?
I'm into science fiction and astronomy. So I wanted to be a spaceman. You know, everybody knows that. I've said that a million times. How many times? Yeah. Hey, I'm a Taurus. I'm really down to earth. Yeah. And if we did a concert in Bombay, there'd even be cows in the audience. Yeah, that's why I have to leave early this afternoon, because I got to go to a plumber's convention.
This one here is from Bill Powell in Lenore City, Tennessee. Why do you call people curly?
Actually, that actually came from, I was in a band called King Kong when I was about 18, 17 in high school. And the bass player's father was an alcoholic. And every time I'd walk into the house, he'd look at me and call me Curly. So, you know, he'd be drunk and he'd go, hey, who's this guy, Curly, over here? I kind of picked up on it because I thought it was kind of funny. And I started calling people Curly, and it kind of caught on until everybody started using it, you know?
Curly? This is from Wendell Kane in Ringgold, Georgia. How long did you play guitar before joining KISS, and how long did you guys play together before the first record came out?
I think it was about a year before the first album came out. I joined KISS in 72, 73.
This one here is from Chad Walton in Warner Robins, Georgia. How many guitars do you own? What's your favorite?
I own about 25, and my favorite is my Cherry Sunburst Custom, the one I use on stage.
Tony Leonard, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. What's your favorite KISS song?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Rocket Ride.
Right.
It's too many. It's really hard. It's too many to choose. I think I'm going blind.
Rip it out.
What about what was that song, Jim? Riding on a 747. I don't think so. Actually, I think my favorite song is Deuce. I can actually say that.
You remember what the first KISS song was that you contributed as far as, because I know they did a lot of the writing, but...
Contributed as far as writing is concerned?
I mean,
Cold June was the first song I think I wrote with KISS.
This is from Kevin Bass in Battleboro, North Carolina. Is there any musician that you would like to work with that you haven't yet, or jam with that you haven't yet?
Jimmy Page.
Same guy. What would be your ideal band situation? I'm not sure exactly what he's asking, but that was the question. I guess
The band I have right now.
Yeah. This is from Jeff Browder in South Carolina. How do you feel about the bootleg industry? Or do you...
Yay.
I think it's sad. You know, I think it's an unfortunate situation that, you know, people have to rip off other people. I mean, you know.
Go next to that wall.
I guess it's just, I guess it's the economy, you know.
Don't go no place.
There's so much crime in the United States. I mean, somebody was telling me that Atlanta is the #1 crime capital here.
Sideways.
You know, and
What, Atlanta?
bootlegging is just really another form of crime. And, you know, I guess economically people have to resort to, you know, other means to make a living. But, you know, it's really not a good thing. I don't approve of it. You know, it takes money out of my pocket.
This here is from Rick Miller in Andersonville, Tennessee. kind of a broad question, but what was touring like in the 70s? Pretty much non-stop, or
Right here behind me.
it's one of those things where you kind
First thing, when you said the 70s, the first thing that came to mind was I didn't have to use rubbers. I didn't have to worry about AIDS. You know, I got a shot of penicillin every 4 weeks, and that was about it. That was the great thing about the 70s. Now it's a different ball game. I feel sorry for somebody who makes it today. You know, I mean, you know, they can't. I don't want to elaborate on it.
I guess maybe what they were asking too is it kind of like you forget where you are as far as what city you're in just day after day after day in the early first couple of albums?
That happens to me today. It always, you know, I'm always asking people what day is it, where am I, you know?
Where are you?
It's probably all the drugs I did over the years, you know, brain damage, but you know.
What was your favorite?
I don't know.
Yeah, what's your
This is
favorite
from
drug? That'll
Susan
work.
Easton in Macon.
Susan!
Who or what influenced you to begin to pick up the guitar and, you know, playing the guitar?
Well, I was the youngest child of 3.
Did Jeff do that?
My mother and father both played piano. My father was he could play like a concert. He was like a concert pianist. He was also an electrical engineer. And my brother and sister both took piano lessons. You know, and I used to hear that shit. Every time I'd come home from school, you know, they began piano lessons, and it's like, I have to listen to that shit. It would drive me crazy. That's why I never, you know, really picked up the keyboards. I mean, even though I could play every instrument, you know, I kind of like stray away from keyboards because I was like bombarded with it my whole life. But once I picked up the guitar, you know, a friend of mine bought an electric guitar. I got it for Christmas, and my sister was playing folk music at the time. You know, she was into Peter, Paul, and Mary, and Kingston Trio, and all that bullshit. And I started strumming on it, and like I started figuring out a couple of Rolling Stones songs and Beatles songs, and then I transferred what I learned on the acoustic onto my friend's electric guitar, and then, you know, next Christmas my dad got me an electric guitar, and it was, you know, love at first sight from then on, you know.
What is the first record you bought?
What was that?
What is the first record that you bought?
First record, I forget the name of the artist, but the name of the song was Sally Go Around the Roses. Something like that. Well, I didn't really play with him. What happened was the track was already recorded, and I just walked in and overdubbed the guitar solo. And he was sitting there with his producer, and his bass player was kind of coaching me on the changes. I did 3 solos. I think one was something, Moon Over Brooklyn, and two other tracks. I did him, the whole process took about 2 hours. You know, and I just kept playing, you know. Then the producer said, wow, he was ready to have me play on the whole fucking album. I said, wait a minute. You know, I mean, 3 songs is enough. So I just had to cut him off and said, no, that's it. You know. But it was fun.
Who are some of your favorite bands now?
Who are some of my favorite bands now? I like Pearl Jam. I like Skid Row. They're good friends of mine.
Metallica!
I like, yeah, Metallica. I don't, you know, I never met the guys in Metallica, but I like them. I really like their videos too. I think they're well done. Aerosmith, you know, they're old friends. You know, we used to tour together. I know the guys from Motley.
Yeah!
It was funny. The last time I hung out with Motley Crue, I was like backstage, you know, when they still had the original lead singer, and I was doing a magic trick for them right before they went on stage. So I was levitating a gallon of milk. I do these crazy magic tricks. I was levitating a gallon of milk and like, you know, it was working. And all of a sudden it fell over and it spilt all over the carpet. And, you know, at the exact same time, the road manager comes running, you gotta go on stage now. You know, and there's milk everywhere and like, it was kind of funny, but they're great guys and they're a good band. I haven't seen them perform with the new lead singer.
Nice that.
Do you like Kiss?
Van Halen,
No.
I think their new album's good, you know. I was really surprised with that, you know, I didn't even recognize Eddie Van Halen with his new look. You know, I mean, I didn't expect him to cut off all his hair and grow a beard. But, you know, I think everybody's entitled to do whatever they want to do. It's a free country.
I don't think this is Stevie Chris. Maybe he doesn't like it.
What?
Maybe he doesn't like Lee today. Maybe he doesn't.
Any remakes?
On my new album, yeah, right now, I think I'm gonna have probably one remake on it. I'm not gonna tell you the title of the song, but it's probably gonna be a Johnny Winter song.
Do you get as much enjoyment out of just picking up your guitar and jamming now? Because, I mean, you've done it for a living for so long. Is it different now than what it was when you first started?
I feel more confident now.
Do you get as much...
Like I did a celebrity jam last weekend, you know, and I got up on stage in front of a strange crowd with strange equipment, with musicians I never played with before, and I felt very comfortable. I wasn't nervous. I got up there and I just plugged in. You know, we had talked a little earlier and decided what we were going to do, and they said they knew the arrangements to this song and that song, and they said, I go, you're going to do the arrangement that's on the record? And they said, yeah, and I enjoy jamming more now, you know. And,
What about your spare time? I mean, do you jam as much as you
my spare time, I usually end up sitting in front of a computer and, you know, doing computer graphics. That's kind of like my
How'd you get involved in that?
I've been working with computers since the mid-'70s, but, you know, over the past 3 or 4 years, you know, I started getting into serious painting and graphics, you know. And I had a show about 1.5 years ago in Jersey, and I'm having another show probably this spring in a gallery in Greenwich Village, where I'm gonna, you know, sell some of my artwork.
Maybe do the artwork for the cover of your next...
Oh yeah, I'm gonna design all that stuff. Why pay somebody to do it when I could do it?
Right.
You know, you wouldn't be surprised all these crazy bills you get from the record companies. You know, people to lay out the, you know, the album cover artwork and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Which song?
I didn't hear that. Do I have any more? No. No, the last, that was just a spontaneous thing.
Do you do any producing?
What songs did you play on Creature of the Night album?
You gotta understand something. I'm pretty deaf because I've been playing rock and roll for 20 years. So if you want to talk to me, you gotta yell.
We can only do about 2 more. Let me ask you this. This guy asked if you were upset, but I'm just going to say, were you aware of the, on the Kiss My Ass, the message that they had inside and also the variants of the makeup? I mean, you know, it was not your makeup on the cover?
Yeah, well, I saw that. I heard about it. I wasn't happy about it. And somebody told me that I think in the new issue of Hit Parade, that basically they wrote a letter kind of explaining why it is that way. Did anybody read that letter?
Yeah.
Nah. I didn't read the letter, but I heard it from my publicist. And if I'm not mistaken, and the people who have read the letter, doesn't it kind of make it sound like it's because of my lawyers? That's bullshit. The reason they covered up my face was because if they used my face and my makeup on the album cover, they'd have to pay me for it.
Oh man.
So that a real easy way to get around that is to say, well, lawyers got in the way, and that's all bullshit. They covered up my face because they didn't want to pay me.
It's kind of
When
odd.
they use my makeup, they have to pay me for it. So for them to kind of make a statement that, it's because of my lawyers that they didn't use my makeup, that's a crock of shit.
They did have that message on the inside of the disc there. If you took out the inner.
Yeah, no, they thanked me and Peter, and rightfully so. But as far as the artwork on the cover, I mean, I'm just letting you know, that's why they covered up my face.
Time for one more. Anybody up front got something?
I mean, I can't blame them in one way,
Do you still enjoy jamming?
Everything's tight, right?
Oh, I got time for one more.
Which song do you play?
That's not a question, that's a statement.
True statement.
The solo in Strange Ways.
Yeah.
How much money would it take to bring a big amount of kit? He said different prices. Well, what is the price?
I think they put me down. They stopped putting me down, actually. They're starting to...
All right, that.
Guess you're right.
You ever gonna write a book?
Really?
Which song did you play in the
that's news to
Creature of
me.
the Night album?
You know what happens, see?
I don't think he plays any of them.
I guess they just came
I don't
back
think he
from a
plays any of
successful
them.
tour,
That's what it said in that
and
whole thing.
they get cocky
just on the cover,
sometimes,
but he didn't
they have these inflated egos. That's one of the reasons I left the group, and if they want to put me down, they can put me down. I'll get up on stage with any guitar player in the world and stand next to him, plug into an amp, and I'll hold my own.
That's it for the question and answer period. They're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back with that first autograph session. But a big hand for Ace Frehley.
Keep rocking.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, man. Do you have... Hey, there's a guy up here who asked me to photograph him. Do this. When he comes up, you mind if I just scoot in there and get him real quick? Yeah, he's like, he should be right up in next 2 or 3 people.
you put this away for me? I have these pens in my pocket.
Oh, brothers, I can't wag it. I need to be able to go. I need to be able to. All right. There you go.
The whole picture is you and him.
He's up right in the middle up there. I can see him from here. I thought he left for like South Carolina by now.
Yeah, Phil's
Phil's up there. Why the hell can't we be up there?
Everybody feel good? All right, we got a lot of hellraisers with us tonight. A lot of wild people down here. We want to play some old stuff for you. Is that all right? Yeah! It's a little song that goes something like this. Get your grandma out of here. bad in here? Come on, make some noise out there. I want to hear you. Now, there ain't nobody out there feeling bad, is there? Because we might have to call out Dr. Lowe! Dr. Lowe! Looks like tonight is going to be another one of those hot nights for rock and roll. And we're going to get this place, we're going to get this place hotter than hell.